Hello and welcome to the Post-Up Show. My name is Cyrus Rogers.
And I'm post-All-Star Kaunda Chama.
Well, we're going to be talking about post-All-Star stuff. So we're talking about what's happening with the rest of the league going into post-All-Star break and the rest of the regular season.
Yeah.
There's what, 25 games? Not about 25 games
Right,
left?
about 25 each per team. Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things we want to do is to look at the prospects of some of the teams that are some of the favorites, but also those who might want to pull their socks up and see what they can do.
Yeah.
I think let's start in the East, and we've got some really, really interesting teams to look out for because the Bucks are still leading the way, and they look as if they won't be dethroned.
Hey, look, those Raptors are good. I can't underplay the Raptors, Cyrus. I mean, I know the Milwaukee Bucks are sitting at 43 wins and 14 losses.
Yeah.
43 wins for the Toronto Raptors, but 16 losses. But look, the Raptors, I mean, after their recent trade, that Marc Gasol trade,
Do you think that changes things enough?
It changes things a little bit, significantly. I know Giannis and the Bucks are flying high, but those Raptors, hey, you need to watch out for them.
The Raptors definitely have a good squad. I think that they're going to be pushing the Bucks. There's something about this Bucks team, and especially you saw it in terms of the chemistry with Middleton, Giannis, and then also Coach Bud being at the All-Star break and showing what they can do there. That there's something about this team that they believe. And I think that they could go far. But then you've got a Pacers team who are actually punching above their weight, even though they've lost Victor Oladipo.
Yes, I was going to say, I really had hoped that the Pacers would make it deep, you know, maybe even into the second round of the playoffs. And that. But after they lost Victor Oladipo, which is a critical piece for them, they become questionable. Even I think they're standing. I mean, they're not comfortably in the third spot. So
they're looking over their shoulder.
They're looking over their shoulder, not having one of their biggest stars available to them, if not their biggest star available to them. It puts their positioning in question. But I think they will see the postseason.
But you know what's crazy, though, is that when you look at the teams that are currently behind the Pacers, you've got the Celtics, you've got the 76ers, even the Brooklyn Nets. Can you believe we're actually talking about them as contenders in terms of getting out of the East?
Look, Cyrus, this time last season we were laughing at the Brooklyn Nets.
Now who's laughing?
I even stopped wearing my Brooklyn Nets t-shirt. But now look, the youngsters have stepped up. Spencer Dinwiddie has stepped up. Jared Allen has stepped up. And one of our favorite guards right at the D'Angelo Russell stepped up big time, and he's an all-star.
Yeah, that's it. And it's that kind of stuff that shows what's happening there. You know, that when you look at the fact that Joe Harris goes and he wins the three-point contest, they've got a lot of talent in Brooklyn. Yeah. But they still have to get ahead of the likes of the Boston Celtics, who should find their form. The Celtics have got to be able to find their form.
Well, recent reports say that Gordon Hayward suffered a slight uncomfortable landing on his ankle, and he might be out a bit. I don't know how much that affects the squad because he hasn't been
but it's not
an integral part of the team since he got back from injury. I mean, he's been a part, but he hasn't been that significant part.
And I guess he's finding his way back to fitness and how he works in the system.
And I think the chemistry issues at the Celtics have caused that. At a certain point, we haven't even been speaking about them as, you know, finals contenders.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Which is crazy because last season, they were finals contenders without Kyrie or Gordon Hayward. But look, I can't downplay the Celtics. I can't downplay the 76ers. The 76ers are looking solid. I think they've got a squad that can take them far.
They really do.
And the kind of squad that can help them make decisions for next season, if you know what I'm saying.
If they can keep a lot of the pieces that they currently have both fit and then also in seasons to come, then they should be a team that will be feared in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you look at them currently, you know, Joel Embiid is the main centerpiece, though he's also nursing a couple of niggles after the All-Star break. But Embiid, Tobias Harris, JJ Redick, Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler. I mean, that is an incredible unit that you have there.
No, absolutely. Beat TJ McConnell.
Yeah, TJ McConnell is one of those.
He recently surprised me, like, I always forget about you. But when you come up, you show up.
He plays the right kind of basketball.
Look, Cyrus, and in seventh spot at the moment, they just hosted the All-Star
weekend.
Charlotte Hornets. 27 wins, 30 losses. Not the most impressive outlook. But still, they're in the top 7.
And I think that's the thing, is that if you look at it in terms of the battle between what's happening with the Hornets, the Pistons, the Magic, and the Heat, And in some cases, even the Magic, they're not totally out of getting into the playoffs. This becomes a really interesting battle to see who actually starts moving up there. You know, the Magic obviously aren't in the top 8 yet.
Not
but
yet.
you never know what's going to happen with that squad. But I think they're planning more for what's going to happen next season as opposed to this season. So what we're seeing in the East is basically what we'll get. It's just that the Hornets, Pistons, and Heat, that's going to be a tussle.
No, it's going to be a heavy tussle. I mean, the Pistons are not in their best shape, especially in the backcourt at the moment. You know, not having the best guards available to them, but the front court is pretty okay, especially after getting Blake Griffin to go up against Andre Drummond. So that's a big front court, if you will. The back court's still a bit shaky, according to my NBA standards.
We
Cyrus.
know this guy.
According to my NBA standards, but look, that 7th, 8th, and 9th spot. I mean, I know we don't really count the 9th spot, but whoever's sitting 7, 8, and 9, that's going to be a nice, interesting tussle as we go, into the postseason. But an interesting factor to consider here, Cyrus, in the East especially, if the Heat don't make
the playoffs,
it's the first time that Dwayne Wade
wouldn't have been in the postseason in his career. That's interesting. That's really interesting.
But something similar can be said on the West, but we'll get there.
In fact, we're getting there now, because the whole thing is, everybody's going to be talking about the Lakers. They want to know what's happening with the LA Lakers. Can they get to the playoffs? They're currently in 10th position in the East, in the Western Conference, and it's not looking good.
No, it's not. It's not, Cyrus. Especially, the fact that LeBron James had that groin injury and he went out for a good number of games, that affected the team. And obviously, there was the big thing that was
the Anthony Davis trade.
The potential trade, and who was on the trading block, and they don't believe in us with just these youngsters, so on and so forth. Team chemistry went haywire.
Yeah, they totally did.
And I think trying to pull the youngsters together, although they have pulled off a couple of wins ever since then, but I don't think they're together, if you will.
They don't seem to be, and I think that's something that they have to work on, because there's also questions about the coach, whether or not he's going to be there long term. That affects the team. Then you look at all these players, the young players who were put on the trading block, and they don't know if they're going to be there long term. And if a new superstar comes in, and we know this free agency coming up is going to be one of the biggest in NBA history. So you've got these guys saying, well, okay, let's fight to get into the playoffs. We haven't been there. We've got LeBron James on the team. Let's see what we can do. But like you say, something's just not right. What is right is you leaving comments below. Tell us who you think is going to be there before we wrap things up. But we want to see what you have to say here on the Post Up Show. Okay, let's go to what's happening in the West. Yes, you got the Warriors leading the way there. And I don't know if anybody's going to really dethrone them.
No. I don't think. I mean, the Denver Nuggets are playing some of the best ball they've played in many seasons. These second seasons. But the Golden State Warriors are too oiled, too solid a machine at the moment for them to just let go of that top spot.
So we'll say Warriors should finish top of the West.
Should finish top of the West.
So then behind them we've got the Nuggets currently, who've got a good, not a sizable advantage over the Thunder, who are in third place, but they're a couple of games ahead of them, and they're looking pretty good. And they're welcoming back players as well.
Yeah, no, the Nuggets are looking good. I mean, just if you look at their squad, first of all, having a sort of guy like the Joker on their squad, Nikola Jokic. I mean, that just gives them so much talent. Paul Millsap is there, and I'm glad to see Isaiah Thomas.
And that's what I'm saying.
Suited up a couple of times for he's back. He's looking loose. He could shake off a bit more rust. He hasn't actively been playing for quite a while, but it's good to see him back. Gary Harris has been playing some great ball there. Jamal Murray's been playing some great ball there. I mean, look, the Nuggets, I'm not going to say they're going to make it to the finals or anything,
but
they're a good contender for the conference finals.
Yeah, I think so too. And having a piece like Isaiah Thomas there really just helps you. You've got the right kind of experience. He's got heart. He'll give you everything that you need when you're trying to push for a deep playoff run. But the Thunder, I think, are the team that people have got to look out for.
The Oklahoma City Thunder. Cyrus, and I know you say the Thunder and I say the whole name as if we're talking about two different teams. I know. But Russell Westbrook, I think he's playing great.
He is.
Poor George, PG-13. MVP worthy stats, and just the energy. Like I said it in one of the previous shows that Cyrus, when he had that injury in preparation for the Olympic Games, I thought, oh my word,
with Team USA.
Will we ever see Paul George back again? That time it was PG-24. I was like, will we ever see Paul George back at his best again? And he's proven that, look, you can come back.
You can come back.
You can break a leg,
regardless
literally.
of how bad the injury is. But I think that the Thunder have also acquired some great pieces. They've got a good squad. Stephen Adams is great.
Oh, yeah.
Dennis Schroeder, one of our favorites, he's been good. Hamidou Diallo, the slam dunk champion,
Boom!
He's on that team, and we love having that African interest.
Big shout out to Hamidou.
You've also got Markieff Morris, who's just signed for them now, and I think that's a really good move. So the Thunder, for me, could be the kind of team that pose real questions to the Warriors.
But Cyrus, what do you think Markieff Morris takes to the Thunder?
Oh, everything. He's got outside shooting. He also is fairly solid in the post, and he's the kind of guy who'll get you rebounds. He gives you toughness. That's the thing that he brings to that kind of setup.
So do you think they've got a backup 3 to Paul George, or do you think more of a 4?
No, he's a 4. He's definitely going to be. Yeah, he's going to be playing power forward. And you just look at him. He's going to probably be there rotating with the likes of Jeremy Grant and a couple of other bigs that they have there. I think the Thunder are really going to be the kind of team who have pieces off the bench that when your second units become important factors, the Thunder have a second unit that could actually be, really, really good in the NBA. So you've got the Portland Trailblazers who are currently 4th.
Yep.
The Houston Rockets are in 5th place, even with James Harden doing the most.
I think James Harden is almost doing everything, Cyrus.
Yeah, basically.
These are the James Harden Rockets.
They are.
And it's actually it's sad, Cyrus, for me as a fan. As an analyst, I'm like, wow. But as a fan, I'm thinking, how long can he keep it up? And the way he's playing, can he really take them far in a 7-game series against a solid team? Maybe, even if they were now to play the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
If the postseason was set now, right, they would have to play the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
Would they go 7 games with the Utah Jazz with as much heavy lifting
as James Harden is doing? And I don't
moment.
think so. And I think this is why it's important for the big guys like Clint Capella, one of our favorite Africans, to come back.
Who's about to come back?
Yeah. So having him there, because it takes some of the pressure off. They've enjoyed having Kenneth Faried as being part of the team. But I think the players like Chris Paul have got to come to the party. PJ Tucker's got to come to the party. Eric Gordon. They've got a lot of players who really need to do a lot more. And that's what they have to do. But the Houston Rockets do have great, solid players. They've been almost to the mountaintop before, so they could do it again.
I mean, last season they were this close to claiming the West.
Or is that how big a hamstring could be? But it was an injury away from being
absolutely,
in the NBA Finals.
Literally an injury away from the finals.
And then you got teams like the Utah Jazz, who nobody's really talking about. They've got a solid unit. The San Antonio Spurs are looking good. Always solid. Greg Popovich does really well with his teams. And
how does Greg Popovich, sidebar Cyrus, how does Greg Popovich make superstars out of
just that good
people you would think are average players?
Because he understands the game so well, And we're not calling them all average. We're not, trying to diss.
No.
But they're not superstars.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he understands how the systems work and getting the guys to work in the system. It happens every season with Popovich.
If I may ask a very ignorant question, does he have an all-star on his squad?
Yes, LaMarcus Aldridge.
Oh, LaMarcus Aldridge, okay.
This guy's memory.
No, he wasn't an all-star this year.
He was.
Was he?
Yeah, this guy's memory.
Sorry, okay. I didn't sleep much.
But then you've got the LA Clippers behind the Spurs.
Oh, yeah.
And you can't write off the Kings. And when you look at it in terms of trying to compete for the 7th to 8th spots, where do the Lakers fit in? Because they've got to beat pretty much everyone in order to get there.
Look, as a fan, I'll say the Lakers can comfortably beat a Sacramento Kings and an LA Clippers on a good day.
Yeah.
But that's on a good day.
But they have to do that consistently.
Absolutely.
And they have to do it over and over again. So I don't know if it's going to happen. But I'm going to head on the chopping block here, right? Are the Lakers making the playoffs?
Definitely.
Okay. He says definitely. I say probably.
Okay. You can sit on that fence.
You can't count out LeBron James.
I was about to say you can sit on that fence, but I never count out LeBron James.
Yeah.
Until he's 40 years old, I won't count him out.
Even then, he might end up being the team owner and still play.
I still make it. Or the coach.
That's it. You never know. Well, that's the post-up show from us this week. Make sure you tune in again to see exactly what we have to say about the NBA from an African perspective. Make sure you keep watching the game and leave comments below. Subscribe to the channel, and you'll see more of us.
See you next time.
Indeed.